Welcome back to the Loan Arranger Radio Show. My name is Bruce Woodburn, CrossCountry Mortgage. I am the Loan Arranger. If you have questions for me, comments, slides, comments, suggestions, you name it, I got it. Lay it on me, baby. Lay it on me. So you can call me right now at 813-213-4009. If I'm on the air, I may or may not answer, but I will call you back. And I got Orlando, 407-706-3313 or webringyouhome.com. If you want to get into my wealth building class, I'll show you how I did it, everything I did. No lies, no tricks, no sales pitch. Maitland, Florida on September the 18th at 6:30 to 6:30 to 8 in Sam Sneed's. It's on my calendar. Go to webringyouhome.com. $20 per person, $25 per couple. No kids, please. This is a learning environment. We're going to get in and out of there in 1 hour, hour and a half. All right. So we talked about debt consolidation for veterans. We talked about refinancing for veterans, debt consolidation for getting rid of debt. If don't get into trouble, don't make any late payments on anything. If you're getting close, call me before you get into a problem, because as soon as you got one late payment on anything, it's going to change the entire terms of your loan and you probably won't even get one. So if you've got equity and you're loaded with debt, you owe it to yourself right now to pick up the phone and call me and set an appointment, or start your application at webringyouhome.com. But call me. I'm here to help you. I'm trying to save you. And if you know somebody that's getting in over their head, but they got equity, then get them over to me right away. Please. All right. I want to talk about Southern Homes down in Lakeland. If you're down in Lakeland, Frostproof, Bartow, Avon Park, Sebring, any of that area, Lake Helen, Lake Wales, we've got properties, spec homes ready to go. Some homes will be ready in the next 30 to 60 days. Price point, high twos, all the way up into the 600s on lakefront property. That's right. They got Walker Lake lakefront property. Most of their homes, I'm finding, that range in the 350 price point. Beautiful homes in that 350 price point. Absolutely brand new, quality workmanship, great builder. And you know what? You use the Loan Arranger for your financing. Southern Homes pays all your closing costs. That's right. They'll pay all your closing costs. So you want to buy new construction? You want to be down in that area? I'll connect you. If you're a real estate agent, let me know. I am looking to connect my realtors with my builders. If you're in Orlando area, Claremont, Leesburg, Groveland, Mineola, or even down in St. Cloud, Trinity Family Builders has got lots of subdivisions. You can use the Loan Arranger for your financing, and they'll pay your closing costs too. Homes running from the 400s into the 800s, and they'll pay your closing costs. And boy, this is a great builder. So if you're interested in new construction, I'll tell you where to go. You want to build on your own lot, or you want to buy a lot and build a custom home on it? I got it right here, ready to go. All right. So interest rates, what's going on with interest rates? They're up, they're down, they're up, they're down. Well, I will tell you something. Interest rates are about 3/4 of a point lower than they were about 4 weeks ago. That is a hell of an improvement in interest rates. So that's why we have so many more people entering the market right now. So if you're considering buying a home, or you've been waiting on the sidelines to do so, I highly suggest that you get your butt off the couch and let's go out and start finding a house for you. So the Loan Arranger's right here, ready to help you. 407-706-3313 or 813-213-4009 or webringyouhome.com. That's right. All right. So let's get into rates. So rates right now, your average rate is 6.56%. Okay. Veterans, don't pay any attention to that. I'm going to get you a lot better interest rate than that, particularly on your rate reduction refi. So FHA, you got good scores, you're going to do better than that. Conventional, I'm locking conventional loans anywhere from the low 6s to the mid 6s. Investment transactions, they're going to be in the high 6s to low 7s. So interest rates have improved considerably. We're seeing a lot more people looking at refinancing, a lot more people jumping in the market to buy a home. Don't sit on the sidelines of life. Don't be a tenant on this planet. You owe it to you and your family to own a piece of dirt. You owe it to you and your family to own a piece of dirt. I mean, let's face it. You know, I just sponsored the K92-3 All-Star Jam at the UCF Arena. One of the headliners was Jordan Davis, who sings a song, Buy Dirt, with Luke Bryan. Great song. So don't you want to buy dirt? Isn't that important that your kids have a swing set in the backyard on land that you own, not land that your landlord owns? Aren't you tired of paying your landlord rent? I mean, pick up your calculator right now. Type in how much rent you pay and then how many months you've rented there. So if you've been there 3 years, it's 36 months. You're paying $2,000 a month times 36. You paid your landlord $72,000. Now, if you bought a home 36 months ago, you probably would have made $72,000 in profit just on appreciation. My son, 26 years old, bought a home at 23. Bought a home at 23. First time home buyer program, didn't get any down payment assistance, didn't get money from mom and dad, saved his money, did a first time home buyer program with 3% down, and he bought a home, and now it is worth $175,000 more than he paid for it. How many 26-year-olds do you know with $175,000 sitting there in a safety bank? Well, maybe you're 40 and you don't have that. Maybe you're 60 and you don't have it. But if you are young and you want to have a better life, then come see me. I'll get your butt straightened out so you have a better life. You make more money, you save more money, you have more than your friends. Isn't that what it's all about? Having a better life. People say that money doesn't bring happiness. I think that's a big fat lie. That's only said by poor people that don't have any money or super rich people that don't realize how much that money did for them. But all the rest of us, believe me, if you don't think money will make you happier, you're full of it. It makes me a lot happier. I can go on vacation. I can buy a car. I can go out and spend time on my boat. I can do all kinds of things, but you can't do that with no money. Now, that doesn't mean you can have money and then if you don't have health, then that's no good. Well, but that can happen to poor people or mega rich people. I mean, anybody can get diseases. The fact of the matter is if you have more money, you can afford better doctors and you can have better care. So that's what you do. Make more money, have more money for retirement. You know, it hurts me when I have a 65-year-old couple come into my office sitting at my desk and they're barely able to scrape it together with Social Security. It's horrible. It's a horrible situation. And many of you out there, if you're in your 40s and you haven't got a ton of money saved already in your 401k, max out your 401k. All of you listening to me out there, if you get a 401k, I don't care if your company matches you or not, you max out the 401k, period. Max it out, no matter what. It compounds. Listen, that's tax-free money. It's worth 3 times what it actually is worth. 3 times. So max that out 401k at all costs. Save as much money as you can. Buy as many properties as you can. Nobody out there has ever met a poor land baron. Nobody. There's no such thing as a poor land baron. People or people that own a bunch of properties. There's no such thing. They're not poor. You know who's poor? Poor people are poor. You know who's poor? People that don't own houses. People that never get themselves into the credit situation or the saving situation to buy a home. They don't do it. Now, listen, I help people that are moderate to low income every day of the week. Every day of the week. That's what I do. I'm here to help. My son is one of them. So, but you can still buy a home. I can get you some down payment assistance. But what happens is you can't have low income and bad credit. That ain't going to work. So you come see me. I'll help get you fixed up. If you are self-employed, I want to reach out to you, and I have a couple of pointers for you. I know who you are. You're self-employed. You have good credit, pretty decent anyway. You got money in the bank. Problem is you don't show any income on your tax returns, and when you go to the bank to get a mortgage, they laugh at you. They don't laugh at your face, but they laugh at you when you leave. Geez, that guy came in here trying to get a mortgage. He's only showing me that he makes $35,000 a year. What's that all about? Now, you're making $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 a year, but you're writing off everything. So here's the deal. I have no problem with that. You can write off all you want, but you're not going to get a conventional, an FHA, or a VA loan when you write off so much income that your debt ratio is through the roof. But here's what you can do. I just had a client. They really made about $400,000 a year, but they only were reporting $50,000 a year, and they wanted to buy an $800,000 house. Well, with $400,000 a year, you can do that, but with 50, you can't. So I looked at them and I'm like, so you made 400, but you only reported 50. So you saved taxes on $350,000. And if you're at a 25% tax bracket, you saved $87,500 in taxes. Are we all clear on that? We all clear. So you showed the deductions, you showed the write-offs. You only made 50. You really made 400. You saved $87,000 in taxes. Okay. Now, come to me. I say, leave your tax returns at home. I've got a great program for you. It's my bank statement program. I'll look at the last 24 months of bank statements, and I will then average those over the last year to 12 months, or 12 months to 2 years. And whatever that average is, I'll use 50% of that as income. Now, some people may think that that requires them to pay a much higher interest rate. But the fact of the matter is it only is a slightly higher interest rate. It's a larger down payment. You're not going to get in for 5% down. 15, 20, 25. That's the down payment that's required. But you should have it because you just saved $87,000, right? You should have plenty of money in your bank account, unless you're living, like a fat cat. So you pay a little higher interest rate. So I had this client recently and they said, yeah, the bank statement loan, instead of me getting a 6.5% rate, I'm getting a 7.5% rate. I went, yeah, you're right. You're right. You're exactly right. So you're paying 1% higher in interest, and they wanted to buy a $500,000 house and they were going to put 20% down. So that was a $400,000 mortgage, right? And at 1% was $4,000 in extra interest a year. Okay, now let's put this in perspective. They saved $87,000. It cost them $4,000. I'll take the $87,000 savings over $4,000 in a heartbeat. So bring me your bank statements, last 24 months. I'll analyze them, and I'm going to get you into the home that you desire. My name is Bruce Woodburn, 407-706-3313 or 813-213-4009 or WeBringYouHome.com. WeBringYouHome.com. Register now. Complete your application. I'll do a soft credit pull. We don't have to do a hard credit pull. We're going to be okay with that. Let's start off with that. Now, hard credit pull is going to come before we go to underwriting, but I'll be able to run all your numbers, give you all the details, so you don't have anything to worry about. You're not going to be any bait and switch. You don't get these hidden interest rates that these other lenders quote and then don't do for you, like Rocket Mortgage. By the way, you want to compare me with Rocket Mortgage? I'll do it right online with you, right in front of you, on a Zoom meeting or in person. Why? Because I'm so confident that my rates are better that I'll put theirs on the screen right in front of you, and we'll do a a rate comparison. How about that? All right. I'll be back in 5 minutes with more of the Loan Arranger radio show. Don't go anywhere.